Okay, welcome to another unboxing here. Today, I will be unboxing, bring it out. Oh, here it is. Dragon Ball Super Hero. This is the Blu-ray DVD. Here's the back side, just show you what it looks like here. Slide it out here. So, I already know, there's the white or Blanco Gohan here transformation. I know Cell's in it. There's like spoilers everywhere all over you can't avoid spoilers on the internet anymore, unfortunately. So I already know about it. Here's the back of the case, the same as that over there. And hold on, I think I've had this, let me look at my receipt. I've had this for approximately 2 months. So today, as you can see on the computer over there, today is July 10th. Look at my receipt. Wow, yeah, I purchased this on May the 13th. May the 13th, and today is July 10th. That's what I thought. It's been like, just about like 2 months here. A few more days and it'll be like 2 months. I still haven't seen the film, but I'm going to watch it today. So, yeah. So I purchased this film the week before I went out to Los Angeles, and I haven't been out to LA since like 1997 or like 2000 when I was a little kid. I vlogged everything. Those vlogs will be coming to this channel. And when I start my new animation channel, I'll put those vlogs on that channel. So, I really like the LA out there, man. Every time I go to California, I have a blast. But, it's just the scenery, everything. So, it's gonna unbox this here and get out here, go to the park. I'll get some pizza later, which I haven't had in a long time. Sit down and watch the film. I'm not doing a reaction video to this. I just want to enjoy it. I think this is the first fully 3D animated Dragon Ball film. I know they've been working on it for a while. They put some scenes in there from Dragon Ball Super Broly, which is my favorite Dragon Ball film of all time. Probably my favorite 2D animated film of all time. Dragon Ball Super Broly. But I know this film's about Gohan. Yeah, see. Okay, I thought the spoilers would be on the inside, but no. So here's the disc. This is the main DVD here. Just showing the inside, nothing crazy. There are the android characters right there's Piccolo. Like, I know Piccolo gets a new form finally. He deserves it. I think Tien deserves something too. So there you go. Pretty basic. That's all I want to talk about there. So this is just a quick little unboxing. That's all this is. So after this, the next part of this video, I'll probably put in the same video since this is short. I'm going to do a review because I despise Gohan. I do not like Gohan. I have issues with Gohan. I think he ruined the entire franchise, which, if you're curious about that, stay tuned. I have things to say about that. And just the whole Gohan thing in general, the Gohan fanboys, I have things to say. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy the film. First fully 3D animated film. I'm not going to hate on it. I'm still going to enjoy the film. It's Dragon Ball. I grew up with Dragon Ball. It's probably my all-time favorite anime. So, but I have issues with Gohan. I don't with Piccolo. Piccolo deserves the new transformation. He just does. But I was hoping he'd become like Namekian God Piccolo or something crazy, because Namekians have like insane abilities. But still waiting on Tien. Like, what dude? Tien and Piccolo have always been there. That's the thing. They deserve it. They've always been there. That famous scene where Tien is fighting off, imperfect form Cell on the ground, which I know the second form Cell is in this film, even though he's got like a super final form now. Anyway. I'll watch it later. I'll do my review of it. Not doing a reaction. Yeah. Exhilarating here. So, I'm going to get out of here. Go to the park. Go walk around. Enjoy myself. Exercise. Come back. Get some peace to watch this. Again, I'll have the review up later. I'm coming after Gohan. Anyway, stay tuned. Hello and welcome to my review here of Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Turn this mic here a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm actually recording through the GoPro there, just for better quality, and I'm using this mic. So I'm gonna go in and edit the video, overlay the audio and everything. Anyway, so the first portion of this video, I think, will be my unboxing. So it's been, I think, 2 days. 2 days ago now. So anyway, I watched the film and I was actually taking some notes here as I was recording. So the first thing I'm just gonna go through and take note of some things that I noticed, some things that I liked. So I'm gonna start with a lot of the pros here, and I'll probably get into the cons. Just to let you know, no, I don't hate the film. I thought it was a pretty an amazing film. I have some serious issues though, and I have some things to say about this. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it, but this has been going on for so long. So let's get into this. So one thing I wrote down here was, I like the intro with Piccolo training with Pan, which is like similar to when he was training Gohan when he was a kid. So that was cool. That was, I think, the first time that Pan has been officially shown in the series. Not, outside of that garbage GT show. Outside of that, this is Pan's like first time official martial arts training, and she's learning how to fly. And I remember when Gohan was pretty much teaching Videl how to fly. And now, he has a daughter with her and everything. So now I thought that I liked the Pan scenes, all of the Pan scenes. It was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool to see. So another thing I thought was interesting was the infiltration, into the Red Ribbon Army city. When Piccolo was infiltrating that whole huge city that they have there, and he was in a disguise. Like, are they gonna put that outfit, in the video game soon? That's what I like to see. It was just, it was cool to see because it was definitely, it wasn't Piccolo at all. He was just like out of his comfort zone, but it still did it. Usually they don't show Dragon Ball characters acting like ninjas or spies or anything like that. So, but and I kept saying throughout that, I'm like, Piccolo, he's keeping his cool. He's one of the intelligent Z warriors. So, so they made it work. It was cool. And dude, when Broly came in training on Beerus's planet, dude, I screamed when he came in. Like I said, Broly's my favorite character. Vegeta's like my second favorite character. It used to be Vegeta, Saiyan Saga Vegeta when I was a kid. He was my favorite. And then I got introduced to Broly. I'm going to talk about Broly. But, and then also during that scene when Broly's training, something else I want to bring up about power levels. And I know something that most people can't comprehend here, a lot of the hardcore fans. Notice how Vegeta in this film, he really talked more about Jiren's power than Broly. And this is because, even though me, and I'm telling you right now, Broly's like my favorite character of all time, of any show, any series. And then Vegeta after that. Then you're getting into like Aizen and characters like that who I like. I'm telling you right now, Broly will not beat Jiren. If anyone wants me to make a full video, I'm really good with power levels. I have been. Like I said, when YouTube was first starting in 2005, so there were a lot of crazy debates going on, which is what a lot of this review video is going to be about. There are lots of crazy YouTube videos and debates going on, all that arguing about what character is more powerful and things like that. So I would say I was probably one of the top debaters that was like really into it back then. That was back like when I was in high school, 2005, 2007, 2008. And I would always argue in Broly's case. for a reason which I'm going to get into. But as for the Broly and Jiren thing, Broly is not more powerful than Jiren. In my opinion, and I know a lot of people don't understand this, is that you have to think about the order in which techniques were introduced, right? So you already know about fusion and everything. So there's Gogeta Blue, there's Vegito Blue. But specifically, I'm going to talk about Gogeta Blue. So, you know, think about when Ultra Instinct was introduced. It's, the new Angel technique. Ultra Instinct was introduced after all the fusion stuff. It wasn't the new thing. Fusion wasn't the new thing. Everyone knows about fusion. So Ultra Instinct defeated Caulifla. Or was it Kefla? Forget the combination. I think it was Kefla. The fusion of Kale, and Caulifla. Yeah. So it's Kefla. So think about the Tournament of Power and how Cal in the wannabe Broly form was just smashing Super Saiyan Blue until Jiren came in and just took care of it. Think about how basically you're talking about an uncontrolled. Still, no one knows what Broly's form is, right? Hopefully, they lean him towards some primal instinct Saiyan form. He is the Super Saiyan God, blah blah blah. But basically, Kefla is a fusion of that form that was destroying Super Saiyan Blue, that Kale form, that huge wannabe Broly form, and a combination of a wannabe Super Saiyan 2 that had tingles in her back. Think about that. So, Ultra Instinct easily handled that fusion. That's not a weak fusion. If you really think about it, that is not a weak fusion. Just the fact that Cal was handling Super Saiyan Blue like that. And then as you progress in the Tournament of Power, again they showcase Ultra Instinct. The purpose of Tournament of Power, and I keep telling people, is that it was designed to showcase and demonstrate the power of Ultra Instinct and Jiren. Jiren was the final boss enemy in the Tournament of Power. It wasn't a fusion. So keep that in mind. And that's why, I keep saying it, Ultra Instinct by itself, in my opinion, is more powerful than Gogeta Blue. But because of all the hype around Fusion and just, the huge fan service for it, and that's another thing I'm going to get into in this long review here. Because of all the hype, the fan service and everything, they're never going to put, Gogeta Blue, Vegito Blue, or any type of fusion, other than Kefla. Again, keep in mind, Kefla. And the power levels that I just mentioned about Kefla. But they're never going to put those type of fusions against Ultra Instinct. And that's what I'm saying. Just because of the hardcore fan, they don't want to see the fusion get defeated. That's the problem. Fusion is like the undefeated trump card in the series. Right? But even though Beerus is far more superior to just like Gogeta Blue or Vegito Blue, they're never going to show Beerus just straight up just dominate the character, right? They're going to wait until Vegeta and Gogeta, till they have like the ultimate, white golden transformation that's like above like angel level, end of the series stuff, right? They're going to wait until that, and then that's when Vegeta or Gogeta is going to fight Beerus. They're not going to do it now. Again, the writers do not want the fusion characters to be embarrassed. Because everyone likes Gogeta and Vegeta. And that's one issue that I have with Dragon Ball. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but, and like I said, Jiren, I think, can beat Gogeta Blue. The way they showcased Ultra Instinct was that Ultra Instinct was above fusion technique. And they even mentioned multiple times that, Jiren is he was more powerful than any character they face or have been that's more powerful than Vegeta, more powerful than Gogeta. They hinted that in the Tournament of Power, that he was above all of that. And even Jiren, and I keep telling people, he is not as powerful as Gods of Destruction. He's just not. Again, I can make entire videos on power levels if you want me to, but just letting you know my history and like debating power levels back when I was in high school, all that crazy stuff was going on YouTube, and just a lot of the fan service characters. Gogeta is one of the heavily fan service characters in the series. Vegito sorta. Gohan is one of the biggest. I'm gonna get into that. So the next thing, oh yeah, Beerus. Beerus, man, he got his cat chills, from seeing the Green Girl. He's in the Green Girls, man. Like, what the heck? I was like, what the, like when that scene came up. So that was interesting to see. That's the first time they've shown a God of Destruction. First off, I guess technically, yeah, she is a mortal character. She's immortal. She's not human, but she's a mortal character. That's the first time they've shown a God of Destruction being interested. Yeah, like in any women, any characters, so like that. I was like, what? I was like, what the? It was throwing me off. So it was cool to see, but then that makes me wonder, well, where are they going with this? What are they going to do with Beerus here, man? Beerus is trying. He's just they're turning him into like he's the lazy cat. He's turning into the softy type of guy. They do this to all the characters. I think until either a big enemy comes up for him, or they challenge him again, which will be a long time from now. Like, they are not ready for Beerus. Vegito, Blue, and Gogeta are not ready for Beerus, and I keep saying this because Ultra Instinct alone is more powerful. Now, what I would like to see is like Gogeta or Vegito use like a combination of Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct. Maybe that would be somewhat of a challenge. But I'm telling you, as it is, even Ultra Instinct Kakarot, he's not going to beat Beerus. I could get into all that about parallels if you want. The Gods of Destruction are Gods of Destruction for a reason. They didn't get that title for no reason. They're no joke. Dende, upgrading Shenron and the little crystal orb ball. Like, there's a mini Shenron. I do not remember that anywhere in the series. I think all of that was new. So I liked it. That was pretty cool. It was interesting. And then, of course, Bulma wasting, the wishes. And what Piccolo, again, I like Piccolo in this film because Piccolo, I think, he deserves a lot of reverence. He deserves a lot of respect. Piccolo has always been there for the Z Warriors, for the team, fighting for the Earth, defending the Earth. Piccolo and Tien, I think, deserve more power-ups than any of the other characters right now. So I like that he got a power-up, but what I'm sort of getting annoyed by. And first off, what's the connection to this film and the story going on right now in terms of anime manga? That's the other thing. Because again, just like, if you kept it with the manga, spoiler alert, there's gas and there's the elect guy. They basically just wish for more power from the Eternal Dragons, right? So this is my issue with Dragon Ball right now. Is everyone's just like there's less training, certain characters out of nowhere. They're just let's make a wish. Let's be more powerful. That's my only issue with how Piccolo got his extra power boost here. I accept it. I accept it though, and I'll get into a reason why later. In terms of like power ups in Dragon Ball, just reminder in my head specifically. Again, I'm gonna get into Gohan, Trunks, Android 17. Yeah. The next thing, yeah, I liked it when Pan punched the Red Ribbon Army soldier, man. Like, she's no joke, man. Piccolo prepared her pretty good. And then Pan pretending, help me, she's like, help me. And yeah, I'm so scared. So like I said, I like the voice acting. I like just the overall acting and the animations that was going on with Pan. I never thought I would, but Pan was one of the interesting characters, I think, in the movie. If anyone's a huge Pan fan, Pan fan rhymes. If anyone's a huge Pan fan, watch the film. I think you'll like it. Now getting into the action. When I hate saying this like Superman because I don't like Superman, but when Gohan landed from the plane and the Red Ribbon Army soldiers, they went flying up from the impact, I was like, oh shit. Like, I actually rewinded it to see it again just to make sure I saw that, but I was like, oh, like, so I lost it right there. I like that. I like the battle in the rain. And again, this movie is the first fully 3D animated Dragon Ball Z film, Dragon Ball Super film, I think. The first fully 3D animated one outside of the video game stuff. They put a few through, they're testing it with Dragon Ball Super Broly. That's my favorite 2D animated film. Dragon Ball Super Broly. I still like that film the best. They were testing it there. But, this film actually, the animation, the lighting, the 3D models, the effects, everything looked pretty damn good. That, like, I was actually impressed. I was like, whoa, I wish you could have seen my reaction. I had my shock face a lot of the time. Wish I could have worked on this type of film. But, so I'm impressed with all that. Like I said, when Gohan landed, it was cool to see the rain. The rain sort of stopped there too when he landed. It was all cool, man. So, but it did sort of remind me of some Superman and stuff. I don't like Superman, but that was the first thought I had. But it was cool to see, man. But the battle in the rain, that was different, especially 3D animated. I think that was different from Dragon Ball. The only other time I could think of, but I could be wrong, was with Lord Slug battle in the Fall Super Saiyan. But it's been years since I've seen it. I could be wrong. When Gohan was punching the Gammas, was punching like Gamma 1, he was like, boom, boom. Dude, they had the metal sound effects, like a clinging, like a metal sound, like you're hitting steel, right? I thought that was cool, man. The sound design team I thought that was cool right there. But, they finally had Piccolo use telekinesis in battle. He, like, put a bunch of rocks together, like, dude, that was cool. He put a bunch of rocks together in like one shot, like anticipation, and just like he crumbled them all together, all the debris from like the buildings and the rock, threw it at the Gamma guy. So someone other than Frieza is using telekinesis finally, and that's what people don't understand is like Dragon Ball characters in general, they can do that. They can like create the multi-form duplicates of themselves. They can duplicate themselves. Like I said, Naruto stole from all that, from Dragon Ball. So, like I said in the previous video, for the 23rd Budokai DLC coming for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Tien's multiform technique, that was the show that was doing it. That was the anime that was doing it. Naruto copied that, and now Shadow Clone Jutsu, and that's all kids know today, unfortunately. But I'm glad that they're bringing back those techniques. Holy crap. And then, yeah. Like, when Piccolo, and then the next part that happened, I think was the biggest moment for me. When Piccolo was underground, and he transformed, and he rose up from the ground, and he's that orange Piccolo form, I said, oh, shit. Like, dude. Yeah, I screamed out on that one. And I was just like, oh my gosh, when they show Piccolo like that, I like that. That was badass. But and then he had like the dude, he got So think about this. Think about this. Gohan was in his ultimate mystic form. He was fighting against one of the Gammas. And it was pretty much almost an even battle. I think Gohan had a little bit of an advantage from what I remember. But let's say that Gamma, let's say he was around Ultimate Gohan form's power level, maybe a little bit less more powerful than Gohan, from what I saw. And this same Gamma was, giving Piccolo the work. He was, him and Piccolo going at it. Like I said, he was putting in the work on Piccolo. When Piccolo transformed into this orange Piccolo form, Gamma, he was just drilling him, right? He was drilling Piccolo in the ass, and Piccolo got even bigger than he already is, and he's huge. He got even taller, got even bigger, buffering everything. Gamma was like just punching the crap out of Piccolo, and it just did. Piccolo just did diamond abs, man. Like, did nothing. And then Piccolo, like, screw the freaking Saitama One Punch Man. He one punched Gamma. That's what would happen if Piccolo punched Saitama anyway. I can get into a whole nother video on that, the joke character Saitama. But yeah, he one punched Gamma to the ground. That was it. Like, so that was pretty crazy. Then Trunks and Goten came in. That was cool to see them, They're in their teens now. My problem is, wow, they really did Gotenks like that in the movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. You'll see what I'm talking. They really screwed over Gotenks like that. They're saving Gotenks for the next film coming up. Maybe something big is coming for Gotenks that's never been seen before. Maybe a whole new transformation. Maybe something big is coming for Gotenks, and they're just saving them. But Gotenks did nothing. He was a joke. He was only in his fast form. Spoiler right there. But it was cool to see Trunks and Goten. And then Cell Max came in. He was freaking huge, man. I didn't expect that. I saw the spoilers for him. Like, it's all over the internet. I saw his form and everything, but I didn't know he was huge. I thought he was still going to be the same size. I'm not, and me growing up with Dragon Ball, it's like I'm not really a huge fan of giant characters. Especially when it seemed like the smaller characters in Dragon Ball just destroy them depending on power level. But they made it a little different in this film. So, which is why, I thought it was cool to see like Trunks, Goten, the whole Z family, like teaming up against Cell Max. So that was pretty cool. And again, Gotenks is just fat and everything. Finally, Krillin joined the battle, I guess. Finally did something. They make him seem like he's just weak in the series, but again, he could solo the entire Naruto cast by himself, like, easily. And then Piccolo. Just like the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC that's coming, Piccolo transformed into his giant form again after so long. This is what I like to see. And the kids today who didn't grow up watching the original Dragon Ball, you need to watch the original because a lot of techniques in the newer animes right now were like in Dragon Ball way back. It's just that Dragon Ball, especially Dragon Ball Z, had transformed everything into just energy ki blast. Boom, 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 boom. Dude, there's all sorts of techniques. Like Master Roshi, his evil containment wave. He has like lightning he can do. In case you didn't know, he has his hypnosis technique, which causes like hallucinations and stuff. There's so many techniques in Dragon Ball, but I wish they would use them more. I want to see more unique techniques. Like I said, pretty much every Dragon Ball character can use telekinesis. If you're not aware, they pretty much can. They just don't show it in the show. So it was cool to see him turn giant. Dude. Then Gohan transformed. And I had seen the spoilers and everything. First it was called Gohan Blanco. And then Gohan Beast Mode. I have to look it up to see the official name. I don't know the official name. See if I can find some data books. He transformed the silver hair, long silver hair, the spike coming down, the bang. It was pretty badass. It was pretty amazing. The music that played during that whole scene when Gohan transformed, that was very powerful and mystical. It sounded like Dragon Ball, but then it didn't sound like Dragon Ball. I think that was one of the craziest soundtracks that I've heard in a while on Dragon Ball. Again, all for Gohan. So I'm about to get to that. Oh, and and Gamma made his sacrifice coming from the sky with the punch down. That's pretty cool. He freaking missed. And he basically Thanos snapped himself away because he turned into dust, man. He went into the wind. So again, they teased Gotenks in the film. Uh, and I think Cell Max's energy ball, that huge green energy ball, that may have been the largest one seen on Earth in the entire Dragon Ball series. Like on Earth. I'm not counting the large spirit bomb that was on, I think, the Kai planet that was sent at Kid Buu. And I'm not going to bring up GT. GT doesn't exist. Yeah, that energy ball that Cell Max did, I think that was the largest one. And as soon as Gohan did his final special beam attack, I knew I was going to pierce right through it. So, but that was cool. They had Gohan use special beam cannon. For some reason, I thought it would be Masenko. I don't know why I thought that. So I was so surprised to see special beam cannon. That was cool. So, on to the final portion of the video. How powerful are Gohan and Piccolo? Do I think Gohan is as powerful as Ultra Instinct? No. So, the serious part of the video here. Gohan is still trash. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what you think. Gohan's still trash. Why? Well, first off, let me say, when I was a kid, like I said, I'm a 1990s kid. I grew up with Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. I was one of those kids who came back from school, sat down and freaking watched Toonami, man. That was it. Got some cereal, got some ramen noodles, whatever food. That was back when I used to eat those cereals like Captain Crunch and stuff like that, and Fruit Loops and all that. Just sat down, got some good food, watched, man, and just watched Toonami, man. Those are the days. Gohan, he was cool when he was a kid. He was cool when he was a teen fighting against Cell when he was training. Right? He was bad as he was training. Hyperbolic Time Chamber. And I understand they've always said that Gohan had this hidden potential and out of nowhere he could just burst and have this insane power boost. So again, all that was cool to see. Then, which I didn't think about as a kid, but later on you think about, then you get into the whole Mystic Ultimate Form Gohan stuff, and then, walk around and the whole meditation training thing. So a lot of people consider, this is my issue with my Gohan's, like a lot of ass pulls. A lot of ass pulls, from Gohan. I don't know if I can say that. He has more ass pull power-ups than any character in Dragon Ball. That's my issue with Gohan. And the biggest problem is that I think the Gohan fans, the Gohan fangirls, the fanboys are the worst in the entire franchise series, in my opinion. If you go out there on Google and you search all the Gohan complaints, so basically, Gohan fans, the fans have been complaining, asking for something new for Gohan. Which I understand. Something new for Gohan. 15 more years, 15, 20 years now. I don't know. So they finally got their film. Congratulations. This is another BS power up. I don't care. It's more BS. It's cool to see. Yeah, I'll play with them in the games or whatever. Oh, and why I brought up somebody, he's not the only character. He's not the only character. Again, I brought up Trunks and Android 17. The worst is 17. So Trunks, he did that raised Super Sandwiches. That's one of my favorite things. That's my favorite form of Trunks. That raised Trunks form. That was pretty insane. It's badass. He got that power up out of nowhere. Again, he was fighting against freaking Super Saiyan 2 level Immortal Zamasu, and he was fighting against like Super Saiyan Rose Black, which had demonstrated itself pretty much more powerful than like a trained Super Saiyan Blue. And Trunks was holding his own against both of them, while everyone else was off. So, yeah, Saiyans, they get the pain of loss, and they get their power of friendship, and all that. They've always got their insane power ups like that. But Trunks one was a little BS, but I sort of accept it. It's a little bit justified because Trunks was fighting against Black by himself in an alternate universe timeline all by himself, right? Black is no joke. You've seen that. I mean, Trunks was fighting against someone who was more powerful than the Super Saiyan. He was struggling while trying to keep all the humans alive and everything. However, Android 17 in Dragon Ball Super, and to remind myself, let's see if I can find the clip of him blocking Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha Wave with his barrier. Android 17, and he basically, which, here's the thing, and that's back when Kakarot was going around training everyone with the Super Saiyan Blue form. People have it really confused. And what I'm looking at right here, right now, well, let me finish up the Android 17 thing, what I'm talking about. Android 17, I'm going to tell you right now, Kakarot was not holding back in Super Saiyan Blue with his training against Android 17. He wasn't. As you pay attention, Kakarot, he's like, oh, you were holding back. Right? And that was before Kakarot even went like Kaioken and everything. So there was more out of Android 17 on top of that. Kakarot was not holding back in his training against Android 17. He was not. 17 blocked Super Saiyan Blue. 17's insane. I can bring up some examples. The big fusion of the robots, and they start with an A, I forget. The big fusion android, where Golden Frieza, Gohan, Vegeta, Kakarot, they all shot like energy beams at. Remember Android 17, he charged through the energy ball for that character that was holding back all those characters. Golden Frieza, 2 Super Saiyan Blues, and then it was like, I think Ultimate Gohan form, maybe normal Super Saiyan Gohan. I'm trying to remember what form he was in there. Android 17 literally charged through that energy ball, holding all of them back, using that freaking barrier. That's how powerful Android 17. The only thing that could break Android 17's barrier was something on the level of Ultra Instinct. Think maybe Topo or God Destruction Energy. The Destruction Energy, or something on a higher level, which is like Jiren's level and Kakarot at the time. Because Topo's not a true godly destruction. But yeah, only Jiren or Ultra Instinct level was capable of like breaking Android 17's barrier. So the difference between Trunks and Android 17 is that Trunks, he was at least fighting for his life against someone who was powerful. What did they say in the story? That like basically who Android 17 was fighting against to get all that powerful. Space poachers, poachers. So yeah, Android 17, another big A pool. And then again, like I'm saying here, Gohan. It really started with the Mystic. You know, he had all the hidden potential, like when he cracked, when he hit Raditz, you know, when he came out of the Raditz in front of the pods and everything as a kid. He did the headbutt, which is sort of taken from, Kid Kakarot. I liked his, I grew up watching Teen Gohan versus Cell. That was badass. That was amazing. Uh, and then when he came in against Super Boo, I thought it was cool, man. I never forget that. The dun 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 dun, dun. You know the theme song playing. So I thought I actually have that episode still recorded on VHS. I have like a lot of Cartoon Network Tsunami episodes still recorded. I still have that one in there. And he said, "I'm not gonna." He said, "I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna destroy you. I'm not gonna destroy you. I'm gonna kill you." I forget the line. Got it backwards, but I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna destroy you or something. It was pretty amazing. The issue for me came and one of the big issues of why Gohan fangirls complain, and they've been wanting more Gohan content over the years, is because they never liked the fact that Broly was more powerful than Teen Gohan. He just was. If you want me to create an entire video on that, I will. Yes, Gohan was a Super Saiyan 2 in the Second Coming film with Broly. There's no excuses. How did Gohan really how did he get knocked out? One face palm into the ground from Broly, and then Broly grabbed the Gohan's arm and like knee cracked his back. That's all it took to make Gohan depower out of Super Saiyan 2. There's no excuses about him. Oh, he was weaker after he fought. And this is the problem, was that Gohan fans would try everything to try to defend it, of how he would get defeated or what he, and they would cry for years about there's no Gohan action. So they finally got their film here. Congratulations. But it's a character that gets so many A-pools, man. And like I'm looking at right here, another thing I want to talk about. Remember when, maybe I'll find a clip, because I'm looking at it right now. You can hear it in the back. The clip where Kakarot is training Super Saiyan Blue against Ultimate Gohan, right? Yeah, the clip where they're training here. And then Kakarot goes, here's the thing. Kakarot also went Super Saiyan Blue against Krillin. He's just doing that to train him. The only one he went all out against was Android 17 during the training. Kakarot only went Kaioken just to show Gohan, just because Gohan said go at your full, go your best or whatever, right? He was doing that merely to train Gohan. Gohan's trying his hardest to get boosted in power level and everything. Because Gohan haven't trained him he hasn't trained him forever, right? And that's the problem with him. So, and a lot of people think that Kakarot was seriously going all out against Gohan here. And Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, no, he wasn't. He was just doing that to try to boost up Gohan's power level, get the whole potential out of him again and things like that. So my whole point here is that Gohan should have either been a school business boy or a Z warrior. He should not have been both. Like, what's the timeline here? Because what's going to happen after this superhero film? Is Gohan going to go back to being the schoolboy again until they bring him back and do another pool? Another power level A pool? Or is he going to consistently train and, remain a Z warrior? And this is why the Gohan fans have been whining and crying, crying for so many years, because it's like, well, where's Gohan? They should have just had him consistently training instead of doing the schoolboy thing. Then there'd be no complaints. Then there'd be no confusion. Because the power moments for Gohan has ruined the entire Dragon Ball franchise. And again, I could go even deeper. Gohan has ruined the entire franchise in terms of specifically for like power levels and like where characters are right now and stuff like that. Even his new form here, like where is this form even going to appear again, or is it just for this film? Like, what's going to happen? You see what I'm saying? Like this right now in the manga, there's it's up to like the point of Ultra Ego, Vegito, Ultra Instinct, a little bit trained and stuff like that. Ultra Instinct is not there all the way yet. It's not there enough to beat Beerus. But you have all these new powerful forms, they fought against gas and stuff like that in the manga. So it's like, where's Gohan's power level with this stuff right now? Because I mentioned earlier, like, how powerful Piccolo was against Gamma. Right? Gamma was I would say a little bit below the Ultimate Gohan form. He was almost about equal there. And that Gamma couldn't do anything against the Orange Piccolo. And Orange Piccolo was just getting freaking bodied and destroyed by Cell Max. Until Gohan comes in. And again, these constant power-ups, the repeated power-ups with Gohan just really, it just throws it off. Again, Broly was always more powerful than Gohan. And the Gohan fangirls, they didn't like it. So they finally got their film. Congratulations, I guess. Where does this leave Gohan, though? Will he remain the schoolboy, the businessman, or is he going to be a Z warrior? Like, where's the timeline in all this? Like, I don't understand. Like, and I'm sure out of nowhere they'll make him as powerful as like freaking Ultra Instinct just because, like, and that's the thing. He doesn't train, but for a movie or a certain moment, let's just give him another power up just because. Like, I want to see Boo in the tournament rather than Gohan, but of course, but then, there's Frieza too, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah. I'm still saying it, Gohan's still trash. Until I see him consistently training in the series, he's still trash for me. He just is. I wish I could like him more as a character. I just don't the way he is. I used to like him. Like I said, when I was a kid growing up watching Gohan, I used to like him. Until the Broly films really sort of gained popularity in the US. And all the Gohan fans hate it. There's a whole thing, if you don't know, if you're new to Dragon Ball. Gohan, Cell, and Broly, and that's the other thing, they brought back Cell. Because you have the Cell fanboys who claim that Cell's more powerful than Broly, which is absurd. And then the Gohan fans who claim that Gohan's more powerful than Broly, which is also preposterous. I can make an entire video, like I said. I had like pages and pages of documents that I like when I was into like the serious debate stuff in high school. I had entire documents documenting like Broly's power level. Back then I was Aizen Sama King X. That's why I was on YouTube. Aizen Sama King X at the time. Back when Bleach was sort of was going on. And so like I said, entire documents written. Trunks was the true hero of the Second Coming film, but no one takes notice of that. It was Trunks. And just a lot of silly stuff in the films that just never really made sense. I'm not going to talk about Bio Broly, but I was really excited to see the new Broly film. Is my favorite, man. I don't care, but I'm glad that, and that's the thing I've always said, and I'm glad they're showing it, is that, remember, Broly never had training. I can make a whole video. He never had any martial training or discipline. Yet he took Gohan he took him out in 2 hits. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in 2 hits. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan punched Broly right to the forehead. That was the first hit he did. It did nothing. Broly just charged right through it and just smashed Gohan to the ground, face palm. So, if you want to make a whole video on Broly's power level, I will. The past Broly. I like the new Broly. I don't care about the past anymore. No more excuses. Because they're still making excuses back then as to why Gohan was defeated. That was the biggest problem with Gohan over the years. Similar to Naruto, is the hardcore fans. It's the biggest issue. The hardcore fans of Gohan. Second biggest problem is all his absurd power ups and power levels. And then just like the whole Broly film situation. And then Cell. But look, they brought two back in one, right? I've been saying this for years. The Gohan and Cell fans have been crying for years. So what do Cell fans think about this? I wonder. Everyone's complaining about Cell. Like, oh, where's Cell at? He hasn't returned. I mean, he turned giant and then just got destroyed by the A-Pool boy. So, again. But, yeah, that's the major portion of my review here. Again, in conclusion, I thought that the film's pretty amazing. Like I said, first 3D animator. I'm a 3D animator. I thought everything in the film, the modeling, the textures, the lighting, surfacing, all this stuff. The environment was amazing. The effects. I thought the film was pretty. It was pretty incredible, pretty amazing. I'm not hating on the film, but I don't like where Gohan's at. What are they gonna do with him after this? Where is he at in the series right now? Because the manga actually got people don't accept it or realize it, but that the anime in Dragon Ball Super actually came before, starting with the first Battle of Z film. The anime came before the manga this time, and it is official because it's all by Akira Toriyama, and Totorio is his name. I meant to look it up. The anime came before. The anime is official. It always has been for Dragon Ball Super. Unfortunately, the anime, it stopped. So the new manga catched up. Tutorial in the meantime, he's been doing, forget his name. I'm close, but he's been working on the manga. I've been reading the manga and everything. And now there's Black Freeze and everything. I don't want to see Gohan defeat Black Freeze. There's going to be nonsense. That's what I'm saying. Like, where's Gohan going to be at in the main story outside of this film? Like, if he goes back to being a schoolboy, it's just going to be the rinse and repeat, the same thing again. They'll bring him back for another pool, another A-pool power-up, And, again, I'm not getting to that again. Anyway, I thought the film was amazing. I just don't like Gohan and the constant power-ups. And the hardcore fans were always whining and complaining about him. Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Till next time, I'll see you.